There hasn't been a new asset class since the bond market was created in 1693. Well, now there's a new asset class, and it is the digital asset space. The question is, are you participating? Hey, what's going on, guys? It's the Crypto Siege with another day in the life and the crazy life that is a digital asset space. Good morning. Happy Monday to you. Lots of great information, lots of great news going on today in the digital asset space. I gotta tell you, there was some crazy thing on Twitter about XRP, exchange rate peg. Very, 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 very interesting. I tell you what, I did not, I was like, I don't know, 51.49, like positive for XRP until the Mickey B. Fresh got on there, made a statement about it. I'm going to share that with you as well. And that kind of got me, going up towards the 55%, you know what I mean, type of deal. So guys, listen, I want to share this article because I think it's very, very important. This comes from a professor at Waterloo University, which is one of the most prestigious technology universities in the world. So guys, listen, this is your XRP Ripple daily news in 0 to 10 minutes. Let's do it. So this is from NewsLogical, and this is from a regular contributor, Khalid Lawal. And it says, University of Waterloo professor says XRP will boom among businesses rather than Bitcoin. This came out May 10th. Is the article, right? So let's talk about this a little bit. Yeah, I like that little diagram there, Ripple XRP, very cool. I have to steal that. A professor at the University of Waterloo, Anwar Hasan, in partnership with Ripple Blockchain Research Institute and Research Associate Crystal Roma, has confirmed in a research that the XRP blockchain network will boom among businesses rather than Bitcoin. While analyzing the impact of blockchain technology and cryptocurrency on the planet, Professor Hasan said Ripple has the tendency of getting more usage among businesses around the world than Bitcoin, owing to its sustainability. Hasan said Bitcoin has an energy footprint equivalent to a country the size of Austria. Remember, we say this on the channel all the time. There seems to be this very, very concerted effort to dethrone BTC. And I'm not saying get rid of it, but what I am saying is to dethrone it. And it very much looks like to me that they want an eco-friendly digital asset to lead the way in the digital asset space. It really feels like that is a concerted, intentional effort to have done, right? It really feels like it's a concerted, intentional effort. Dethrone BTC. We don't want this energy thing leading the way in digital assets. We want something that is more eco-friendly to lead the digital asset space. Hasan said Bitcoin has an energy. I already read that. He said the 1993 design Bitcoin's proof of work algorithm validates contracts and prevents service attacks within its blockchain. However, over the time, the algorithm requiring competition from miners to unriddle complex computational puzzles became multifaceted, resulting to drain on energy sources. The professor at the Department of Electrical Engineering and Computer Science explained that Bitcoin has a huge negative effect on the environment, and that Bitcoin produces about 22 megatons of carbon dioxide a year, 22 megatons of carbon dioxide a year. In this world, in 2020 and beyond, that's not going to work. Again, it seems like there's an intentional concerted effort to dethrone BTC and have a more eco-friendly digital asset leading the digital asset space. And I know there's some miners out there that are coming up with different ways, but currently, it's not out there yet. Currently, this is similar to the carbon footprint produced by the city of Las Vegas. I believe one of those mining places that's opening up in Texas is looking to, kind of mine BTC in a more eco-friendly way. The research focus is to enable an eco-friendly environment for cryptocurrency to flourish. It's just what I said. While relating that blockchain needs a more sustainable scheme to benefit the planet. Hasan mentioned XRP as a good example of an eco-friendly cryptocurrency, and I like to say digital asset. In another research, the team evaluated the amount required to an XRP validator node, submitting that about $62.84 is needed for the year. $62 a year. Whereas a report in the 2018 report confirmed that the cost of mining a single Bitcoin ranges from $531 to $26,170, depending on the province. The professor was positive that the outcome of the research will encourage the active participation of more businesses on XRP. The research also identified the economic advantage of operating the XRP validator over Bitcoin. And again, guys, you know what, how we like to say in this channel, if we know, they know. If you and I are getting this information, they are getting this information. Energy consumption is a big issue for blockchain, and we must identify better alternatives that can replace proof of work algorithms. This is a professor at the University of Waterloo. You think he might get on the board or the panel somewhere and start espousing these very notions? Yeah, I think so. Earlier, Newslogical reported that Stanford and Stockholm University, no slouches, in an extensive scientific study affirmed that XRP is the most eco-friendly and sustainable cryptocurrency, and we like to say digital asset, in the blockchain industry. Let me say that again for you guys that might be new and still learning about the greatest digital asset ever created. Earlier, Newslogical reported that Stanford and Stockholm University, in an extensive scientific study, affirmed that XRP is the most eco-friendly and sustainable digital asset in the blockchain industry. Yeah, that, my friends, is a home run. And we would like to say a grand slam, right? Completely out of the park, knocked it right out of the park. And it's so hugely important to get that. And again, I'm going to say it again. It feels as though there is a concerted, intentional effort to dethrone BTC as the digital asset leading the digital asset space. I'm not saying BTC is going away, but what I am saying is whoever it is, the powers that be, the committee out there called they, don't want BTC to lead. They don't want it to be the leading digital asset leading the digital asset space. That's what it feels like to me. So what else is there in the news that I wanted to share with you guys? Goodness gracious, VeChain is doing this thing again, but that's not what I wanted to share. I think what I wanted to share is something from Mr. Yoshitaka Kitao. This guy, when he speaks, this dude is like E.F. Hunter, dude. When he speaks, everyone listens. So here it is. This is from Crypto Newsflash. And shout out to Jake Simmons for sharing it as the contributing author. It says, new proposal. Ripple could seek partners from the supply chain space. Yoshitaka Kitao, the CEO of SBI Holding and a board member of Ripple, suggested that Ripple should seek to partner with multinational companies in the supply chain space, in addition to financial institutions. I know of a great supply chain, blockchain space company that they could hook up with. According to Mr. Kitao, the number of cross-border payments could grow exponentially as a result. And guys, you know I've said it before, right? Mr. Yoshi Kitao is a freaking beast. He is a visionary. He could see this. You want to talk about vision, right? We say a lot on the channel. The definition of vision is seeing it before the masses see it. And I am convinced in my heart of hearts, no one's going to be able to convince me otherwise, unless it's Mr. Yoshitaka Kitao or Brad Garlinghouse or Chris Larson. I believe 10,000% that it was Mr. Yoshitaka Kitao was the guy who suggested the move to partner with MoneyGram. I believe it 10,000% that it was Mr. Yoshitaka Kitao who came up with the idea and saw ahead of time, before everyone else, the genius move in partnering with MoneyGram. I believe it 10,000%. So the Japanese financial giant SBI Holdings is known to be one of Ripple's biggest supporters. Yes, indeed. And has now proposed a new way to exponentially accelerate Ripple's growth. As part of the joint venture between SBI Holdings and Ripple, SBI Ripple Asia, both companies have so far provided financial institutions and remittance providers in Asia with an XRP-based payment platform called MoneyTap. The service is intended to be used by 61 Japanese banks, representing more than 80% of total Japanese bank assets. Oh, geez. Every time I hear that, I think, May, come on, let's ramp up, May. Let's go, SBI Holdings. During an SBI Group conference call, Mr. Yoshitaka Kitao, the CEO of SBI Holdings, has now suggested that Ripple should not only aim to partner with financial institutions, instead he suggested that Ripple could also drive other multinational companies in the supply chain with its technology. Of course it could. Of course it could. With regard to the beer cold pandemic, Mr. Kitao, who has also been a board member of Ripple since 2019, stated that his lawyer will attend the next board meeting of Ripple. What? Yeah, you know how that goes, right? Send a lawyer out there and kind of, just to kind of share the word where Mr. Kitao is thinking, what he would like to, where he would like to see some moves to be made, right? That's what you send your lawyers out to do, right? To let the client know, to let, inform Mr. Garlinghouse and Mr. Larson what the client would like to see happen. You get that? He's sending his lawyer to attend the next board. Goodness gracious. Mr. Yoshitaka Kitao, the one. All right, according to Kitao, during the meeting, they will introduce the idea. Man, I just said that. They will introduce the idea that Ripple should enter into new partnerships with multinational companies such as Big Shosha, a Japanese trading company. With regard to Japan's handling of the beer code, Kitao said that on the one hand, the use of blockchain technology in the supply chain is an urgent topic. And on the other hand, the number of transactions could grow exponentially. Can you say liquidity? Can you say liquidity? Due to this other application beyond the financial industry. The definition of vision, guys, is seeing it before the masses see it. Wow. All right. By adding multinational companies to the Ripple network and not just financial institutions, we can expect the number of cross-border payments to grow exponentially. And this dude is sending his lawyer to spread the word, to convey his message. SBI Holdings continues to build on Ripple. In the presentation of the financial results of SBI Holdings, the Japanese financial giant also pointed out that the cooperation with Ripple will be further expanded within the scope of SBI Remit project to simplify cross-border payments. Beginning the provision of an international wire transfer service by SBI Remit to provide a highly convenient international wire transfer service using Ripple Inc.'s distributed ledger technology for foreign residents in the prefecture. However, in January of 2019, SBI Holdings also entered into a partnership with Ripple's competitor, I'm not sure if I would use that word, R3 Corda. The financial services giant and R3 Blockchain Consortium have formed a joint venture to promote the adoption of R3's Corda platform in Japan and beyond. In this regard, the financial results presentation stated that SBI is well positioned to become the de facto next generation standard through the two collaborations with R3 Corda and Ripple. The SBI group can be the de facto next generation standard through the intensified cooperation with the US companies R3 and Ripple in the context of investments and joint venture formations. Yes, indeed. Well, how about that? This dude is, Mr. Yoshitaka Kitao is sending his lawyer to spread the word, to convey his thoughts. Wow. Yeah, do you guys get the power behind that? Do you get the power behind that? It's pretty significant. It's pretty significant. I'm wondering if that perhaps was not the same case, that same kind of happened, right? This dude said, you know what, I think MoneyGram, I think that would be a very smart, just strategical move for Ripple. I think, you think perhaps the lawyer made a trip out, had that conversation? I think so. I really, really think so. All right, guys, listen. I'm going to wrap up this video, and in this video, like I do all of my videos, and remind you of this. Old money doesn't want you to win. They don't want us to win. They would rather us remain a cog in their perpetual wheel of trading our time for dollars. They don't want us to play in the same playground that they play in, where we allow our money to work for us. This is our chance to win, guys. The digital asset space is our chance to win. We are in the midst of the greatest transfer of wealth in the history of man. Are you participating? Or are you standing on the sidelines? Here's what I do know, that the battle for you has already been fought, and the victory is yours. Go get it. I'll talk to you soon, guys. See ya. Bye.